I'm Vanessa.
Standing in my living room, wrapped in a thick wool sweater, I watched through the security feed on my tablet as the rented SUV skidded into the driveway. The people inside were anything but a happy family returning from a vacation. They resembled a pack of ravenous wolves. The car doors flew open. My mother, Amelia, stumbled out first, her face a mess of smeared makeup and shock. My sister, Lily, followed, shivering in a flimsy designer coat, already on the phone, probably yelling at some poor customer service person. But it was my father, Henry, who caught my eye. He bypassed the front door and went straight for the garage keypad. I watched on the screen as he punched in his code. Beep, beep, beep.
Denied.
He punched it again, harder. Still denied. He kicked the door, and the thud vibrated through the floor. Then he went to the side yard, grabbed a rusty crowbar from the shed, and headed towards the front porch. He didn't knock. He slammed the bar against the door. Vanessa, open this door right now, or I'll break it down. I didn't move. I just sat on the couch, sipping my tea, watching the wood tremble with each blow. It was scary, but it also confirmed what I'd known all along. This was the real him, not the friendly father he pretended to be at family gatherings. The commotion drew the neighbors. Porch lights came on and Mrs. Thompson and a couple of others stepped outside. Henry saw the audience and quickly changed his act. The crowbar dropped, and his rage turned into panic. Please call 911. My daughter's having a mental breakdown. She locked us out and my medicine is inside, he cried. My mother joined in, sobbing and begging him to break in and save me. The neighbors' suspicion turned to sympathy. To them, I was the crazy daughter who'd lost it. Henry winked at the doorbell camera and called the police for a wellness check. He had the story, but I had the evidence. When the police arrived, he played his part perfectly, claiming tenant rights. An officer pounded on the door and warned me I couldn't lock out a resident without a court order. I calmly handed over a notarized affidavit Henry had signed months ago, stating he was only a guest. The officer read it and looked at him. Either you lied to the state or you're lying to me now, he said. Henry froze. Admitting residency meant fraud. Denying it meant no right to enter. He broke the lock and threatened me, and I said, I want to press charges. The officer cuffed him for attempted burglary and property damage. As they led him away, Lily watched silently from the SUV and then drove off. When the lights disappeared, the house fell quiet, not empty, but cleansed. I deleted the family group chat, listed their furniture for free, and let the cold air wash away the past. It all started a few hours earlier. I was sitting at my desk, looking at the spreadsheet I'd named Household Overhead. I'm a senior risk manager at a shipping company, and I'm good at spotting problems before they happen. I'd applied the same logic to my family, thinking that if I took care of everything, paid the bills, planned the trips, they'd finally see my worth. I'd spent 5 years saving $15,500 for a luxury ski trip to the Alps. I'd planned every detail, booked the accommodations, and rented the car. But then I got a text from Lily. Her boyfriend, Ethan, needed the seat. Ethan, who'd never held a job for more than a month. They'd replace me on my own trip, in my own car, with someone I couldn't stand. I'd been up since 4 a.m., making sandwiches, packing thermoses of hot cocoa, and double-checking the car. I'd done it all for them, while they slept. As I stood in the cold kitchen, buttering bread, I realized I wasn't a daughter. I was just their servant. I'd always thought I was being a good daughter, but they'd trained me to believe my value was only in what I could do for them. Since I was a child, I'd been praised for being low maintenance, while Lily threw tantrums. They made me feel that if I wasn't useful, I wasn't lovable. That text from Lily shattered the illusion. They'd taken my money, my car, and my vacation, and discarded me like trash. I was done crying. I decided to show them how a risk manager deals with a liability. I looked at the spreadsheet. The $15,500 for the trip was my life savings, meant for a down payment on an apartment. 3 months ago, my mother had sat me down, crying about how the family was falling apart. She said we needed a fresh start, a miracle. Like a fool, I'd liquidated my savings to give them a week of luxury, hoping it would earn me a place in the family. Instead, it bought a seat for Ethan. The trip cost was just the tip of the iceberg. I paid for the house, the mortgage, the property taxes, and the insurance. The cell phone plan, the streaming services, the high-speed internet, and the car insurance were all in my name. They thought I was optional, but they forgot that I controlled the infrastructure. At 8:45 a.m., I got a Facebook tag from Lily. There they were, at a rest stop, holding Starbucks cups I hadn't paid for, smiling like they'd won the lottery. The caption said, "Finally on our way to the Alps. No drama."
I didn't comment.
I just called the concierge at the chalet, Marcus. I told him to cancel the reservation immediately, explaining that the credit card on file was being used without authorization. He understood and agreed to deny them entry. Next, I used my smart home app. I turned down the thermostat to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, just enough to keep the pipes from bursting. I blocked all connected devices and reset the Wi-Fi password. I engaged the lockdown mode on the smart locks, disabling my parents' access. As I sat in the silent house, I imagined them on the highway, happy and unaware that their entire lifestyle was about to come crashing down. For the first time, I felt in control. I was the one making the weather. Blood isn't a contract. Family is about how they treat you. I didn't just change the locks. I changed my life.